Hey guys and girls, welcome back. It is Friday the 13th and uh, I'm feeling relieved that it's Friday. And I wanted to do a video because I saw that someone had left a comment on one of my videos offering me unsolicited advice. Now, this isn't the first time I got a comment like this, right? But I feel I need to address this and set the record straight because I think a lot of y'all got shit twisted, right? And I've said this before, a lot of y'all got shit twisted, yo. So this person leaves a comment on my video and says, "Oh, I just found your channel, but I think it's difficult for me to find your channel and other people to find it because the title of the video." Now, granted, this person commented on one of my videos relating to, I think, interracial relationships. Honestly, I can't even remember what video that person commented on because I ended up blocking and deleting the person's comment. But the person who commented was basically saying that the title of my videos have white male in it, so it's difficult for them to find my videos. And I'm assuming this person is black. I don't know the race of this person, and I really don't care. But I'm just like, what? I said, hold on. So with that, now it's the first part of the comment. I actually had to double check to make sure that my videos with white male in the title do not outnumber my videos that have black in the title, right? Which I was relieved to see that they don't outnumber. In fact, it's not, I haven't really made, by comparison, that many videos with white male or even white, the word white in the title at all, really. I would say, and I didn't take the time to count exactly, but I would say it's a ratio for every video that I have white in the title, there's 20 more videos where I talk about black people, right? So I'm just like, really. And then this person also in the same comment says, "Your videos are long. They're too long." I don't understand, you guys. I just don't. I don't get it. How do you get on somebody else's channel? Hold on, let me make sure I'm not going to make a mess. I don't get it. Yo, my deli has been slipping, yo, and I'm gonna have to let them know. Y'all been slipping. And I get it. They're a relatively new deli. So, they actually, yo, their business was slow at first. Their business was slow and then it picked up. Kind of drastically. I like to say, like, I brought them the business, yo. But no. Look at my pretty face, of course. Like when people see me up in there, just more people just follow. But they've been slipping, you know, what the fuck? I haven't said that, like, and that's my go-to deli, but I'm just like, y'all gotta step it up. I know y'all got a lot of customers and all of that, but y'all gotta step the shit up, yo. What the fuck? This shit gotta change. Because I noticed that the quality of some of my food items I ordered from them is just whack. Just whack. But listen, I can complain because I give them my money, right? And they have a product that they're selling. So of course I can offer my feedback. But for you guys who are on my damn channel, want to offer me unsolicited advice on how to get more views or grow my channel, like, I don't need that. And that's not the purpose of my channel. I've said this before. I am not here for views. I am here to connect with people, right? And I'm here, I use this as an outlet, as a platform to express myself. I do this for fun. This is a hobby, right? I'm not here to collect a paycheck, although I do collect paychecks from Google AdSense through my YouTube channel, but I'm not here for that. And I find it very annoying when you guys want to offer me advice as if that's what I'm here for. Listen, if I wanted to have a massive following on YouTube, right, and get millions of views, like, it's like, go figure. It's not rocket science, okay? There are more complicated things to attain, to achieve, than getting a bunch of views. Anybody can do that. Go figure, right? That's why you see so many videos going viral and people getting millions and becoming like social media famous. Anybody could do that. That is not my intent. I do not want my YouTube channel to become this channel where, first of all, it's filled with a bunch of bots, because I've noticed that there are some channels that have a bunch of views, right? They may have hundreds of thousands or a million views on their videos, and you look in the comment section, you look on the live comment feed section, and it's a bunch of fucking bots. And it's people, if it's not bots, it's people in a totally different country. It's people like, who are these people, right? They're just some random people. They're not even really a part of your target audience. It's just like, what the hell? No. That's not what I want my channel to become. My channel is very organic, and the people that are attracted to my content, they come deliberately by me, right? They come through my own deliberate efforts and the content that I make. So, let's be clear here. I am not pushed for views, okay? I'm doing pretty well for myself. I hate to have to reiterate that, but it should be clear and it should go without saying, right? Like, I'm well taken care of by myself. I don't do this for money. Though those checks, you know, they come in handy here and there. But I'm not here for that. And also, this whole idea about making shorter videos, that annoys me, because it's just like, I get it. People come to your channel, they come to your page, and they're looking for like a quick fix. It's all about this rapid fire, instant gratification, right? They go to one video, they get their 5-minute gratification, 10-minute gratification, you go to the next, and then the next, and then the next. So when you think about it, if you are a content creator, right, and you're making these short, digestible videos for your so-called target audience, right, and people see the video, chances are, it's not like they just, okay, went to your video and that was it. They've probably seen several other videos before they actually came to your video, and then they're going to see several other videos after that, right? Like, y'all coming at me as if I am not a guru when it comes to social media influence, right? Like, I do this. I help other people grow their following, right? Authors specifically, right? In the literary world, hence my organization, Ubawa. I think it's a choice. It's a conscious choice that people make when they choose to kind of stay low-key behind the scenes, or they choose to become this social media sensation, like overnight, right? That is a choice. Some people say it's luck. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's luck necessarily. It's a choice, right? And it's certain things that you do to manifest this reality that you want. So for me, I am not looking for fame. I'm not looking for a bunch of views. If anything, I consider that to be very problematic. I consider that to be very risque, you know, to become this person that a lot of people know. I mean, I'm like, who are these people, right? Of course, I've had videos that have gone viral. I've done lives that have gotten a lot of people in the live, right? Thousands of people watching me at one time while I'm making a video. And I honestly don't like it. I just don't like the trolling, right? I don't like the fact that people, random ass people who don't even know who the fuck you are, right? Think that they have an opinion and they can express whatever they want in your space. Given that my space is very sacred, I deem it to be, you know, like it's a sacred space. My virtual space and my physical space where I am. Anybody just can't come up in here saying whatever, right? So I'm not pressed for that. Alongside making content that is quick, right, and microwavable for people who have very short attention spans, is this notion of commercialism, right? Like, you're making content that is really not organic. It's not true to who you are as a person. It's true to what society has shaped within people. Like I said, it goes along with having this short attention span and going along with certain themes that oftentimes don't align with my value system, right? I mean, for example, and there are many examples that I can mention, but for example, with the fucking fake ass relationship coach that rightfully died. When did he die? I don't even know. I don't know the date, but he died recently. People looked up to him, and it's no wonder how he became like this internet sensation, right? He got all these views, basically off the backs of berating black women, putting black women down, devaluing black women. And I just saw a video where apparently this man who was trying to create further division between the black man and the black woman, who's telling black men that black women 35 and up are not valuable, and these fucking low self-esteem having, insecure, already oppressed black men take to this advice and esteem it as is fact, as is fucking from God's mouth, actually began to like adopt this philosophy. But this man, come to find out, he didn't even have a fucking life insurance policy. But you're talking about black women being of no value. Like, and people actually listen to that. So you can see how, like, when it comes to people being agents, like for me, I have a degree of political consciousness. A lot of people who create content don't operate from that, especially people who create content just for views or, you know, and to get all this money and popularity. Like, they're not politically conscious. They're just after the dollar. Right? And to each his own. You do you. But that's not what I'm after. Money, for me, I don't see money the way other people see money, right? Some people, I get it, grew up without it, right? So their whole entire life is just focused on getting to the bag, getting the paper, right? They're just so driven, they're so focused on that they neglect their own values, right? And it becomes at their own detriment when you're chasing this materialistic thing. And then I had this person that I was talking to this YouTuber. He has a massive following. He was like, "Oh, I tried to live that hippie lifestyle and living conservatively, kind of just living off the bare minimum." Um, he was like, "It didn't work." And it's not that when I speak this way, other people like me speak this way, it's not that we're trying to advocate that, oh, you should be poor, right? You should be broke. No, it's just don't sacrifice your dignity. Don't sacrifice your values, your self-respect for $1. Like they say, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. A lot of these people, just like, what do they have to stand for? Nothing. But, oh, I'm trying to become famous, and I'm not after that. I can care less about that. I get it that, like I said, people are looking for this quick fix. For many people, if not all, most people who have this social media addiction, right? Who have this addiction to chasing after content that's that suits whatever need that they have, right? For a lot of people, there's you got lost. That's just the point of the matter. They're lost, and they're seeking something that's going to fill that emptiness, right? That's going to give them a sense of direction. That's going to make them feel better about themselves, right? And oftentimes, like I said, it comes at the expense of a demographic of people, putting a group of people down to make yourself feel better, right? To elevate yourself. And it's a bunch of toxicity, and I'm not about that. Never been about that. That's just not how I roll. I'm not chasing after views. In fact, I can care less. I can really care less if people watch, but I know that people will see my videos. It's just a matter of the right people coming to my space, right? And I think that I feel more comfortable with me operating within this dynamic because I know that the people who truly watch my videos and who are true fans, they really are, right? Like, that's what they truly are, simply because I don't have to deviate from who I am just to appease a group of people, right? They watch my videos because they truly like me and they like my content. And that's another thing. There is a trade-off. So when these content creators who devote like all of their life, right, to making content for the masses and they become more commercialized, they lose themselves in it, right? They compromise their own originality and their own authenticity by trying to make content that is going to cater to a certain audience or group of people. And yes, the content that they're making, it may be entertaining, right? It may be something that people feel that they, are inspired by, motivated by, entertained by, and they benefit from. And they go to that content and they watch it. Hence the reason why that person gets views. But meanwhile, at the same time, you think about it. If you're making, you're changing, you're sacrificing your authenticity to please a certain group of people by making a certain type of content, how likely is it that those same group of people, when you're looking at all those views you get on the videos, how likely is it that those same group of people, if you were to deviate from that and just be yourself like I am, right? And to make videos about, let's say, things that you are wholeheartedly interested in, that you stand by, or just to show yourself, how likely is it that they will watch you? And I've seen this in action where those same people aren't watching those videos, right? When a person is being their authentic self, right? Or just getting on camera, right? They're not there to watch you. They're there to watch the content that you make. There's a big distinction. Because as a person, if you understand branding, then you'll know that it's actually better to develop a brand, which can be yourself. If you're the content creator, your brand is you. right? To create a brand that people admire and respect. And if they admire and respect this brand, being yourself, they're going to love it regardless of what you're making, what's coming out your mouth. But a lot of content creators who are social media famous aren't there, right? Because they've tried it. They've tried to create another channel geared towards something else, and they're talking about something that they feel actually is their own passion, right? That benefits them, doing it their way kind of thing, as opposed to the commercialized way, and they don't get views. That says something. Pause. Think about that. That says something. So I definitely I don't want to become that person, right? And that's how I think I can weed out the people who are just here to listen to a certain video topic, right? Versus people who are actually here to support me and because they like me and how I deliver the content. Because there is a difference, right? There are many different topics, right, that people can talk on in videos, right, or vlog about. And your video may go viral based on a certain topic because the topic is already trending. Which means other people have also made videos on this particular topic. So if they come to your video and watch your videos, not that they come into your video and watch your video because of you, they're just coming because they're interested in that particular topic. Whatever that topic may be, right? So I am very intentional about my approach when I make my videos, and I know it annoys certain people because, like I said, I've gotten comments which I've shared with you guys and which prompted me to do this video. People be like, "Oh, can you just cut the small talk and just get straight to the point? Could you not eat in the first few minutes of the video? Could you?" And it's gotten so bad where I was walking from the Upper East Side here in Manhattan to Harlem. Out of nowhere, this guy stopped me. I didn't know who he was. That's the thing about when you make content. You don't know these people, but they recognize you, which is kind of awkward. It kind of creates an unequal balance, right? In that situation, because they've seen you, they follow you, and they continue to follow you, and they can tell you about you, but you're like, who the fuck are you? So I'm walking, this guy stops me, and he's just like, oh, hey. And I'm like, I'm looking at, he can see my face. I'm just like, who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I actually watch your YouTube. And it's crazy because you just don't, that's how I know that my views are very organic because, people recognize me. And this has happened to me many a times. Like I'm on a dating site and people they identify me like, oh, you have a YouTube channel. Which I don't see myself as being this popular YouTuber necessarily, but for people in real life to recognize me, that says something. Meanwhile, you have people who get hundreds of thousands or millions of views, which really are bots. They don't get it though. They don't. It's like they're not organic views, and they can walk out and nobody knows who the fuck they are, right? So that's interesting, and maybe that's how you want to be. Actually, I moved to New York because I kind of wanted to be lost in the sauce where no one knows who the fuck I am, right? So it's a degree of freedom and peace being able to maneuver through a place and people don't know you. But going back to this encounter, he was like, yeah, I follow your YouTube channel. And he was just like, he gave me a compliment, but then he gave me an underhand fucking slight where he was like, yeah, you would be cool. In so many words, he said, you would be cool if you didn't sit up here and waste time at the beginning of your video. And this is the part that he was like picking your nose, which he didn't mean that literally picking my nose, but he's just saying like doing random things before the actual video started. He was like, yeah, I like what you have to say, this and the other. I'm like, okay. I looked at him and I didn't say anything. That's the thing about me. It may seem as though like I just be talking, but not necessarily. It's like I don't usually speak unless I feel like I have something to say. And if I don't have anything to say, then I'm not going to speak. It made him very uncomfortable. I didn't have a response. I looked at him. I'm just like, okay. Well, I mean, what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say to that, right? It's not going to change, and it didn't change how I approach creating videos. But I thought it was kind of creepy that somebody who follows me and watches my videos on YouTube actually ran into me. Like, I'm walking down the street, and this person stopped me. He recognized me. I'm like, interesting. I do stand out, though, clearly. So I'm like, that's weird. And I have a lot of examples, Cheryl. I was on a train, and this is New York City. We're talking about millions of people where they make the claim that you never see the same person more than once. But you do run into people. Apparently, you run into people. People run into me. And I saw, well, I didn't see this guy, but he called it out to me. I'm on the train, and I didn't know. I didn't know this guy saw me. But then I get home and I check my inbox messages, and I get a message from a person who watches my videos, and he says, I saw you on the train today, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want you to think that I'm a creep. I'm like, I wouldn't have thought that you were a creep, but now I think that you are a creep. And he laughs. I'm like, no, seriously. Why would I think you're a creep if you're respectful? And this is the thing. Like, I take issue with black men. Pause, right? Not black men, period, but pause in the sense that black men who act like they don't know how to interact with the black woman. You don't know how to relate to the black woman. So you're hesitant, right? You're walking on eggshells. You're like, oh, I don't know. Like, the fuck? You know? But he had enough courage to message me. Or lack thereof, shall I say. He didn't have that much courage, right? Because, what the hell? You messaging me online, that could have been your opportunity to interact with me face to face, right? I'm not that mean of a person, but I guess in New York you just never know. But you could have just, come on, like, just be formal. Just, hi, how are you? Like, I follow your YouTube channel, or I'm a Facebook supporter. And I know exactly who this guy is, though, because if I'm not mistaken, he has patronized my services through my literary organization. So I kind of remember, like, when he messaged me, I'm like, okay, I'm familiar. I recognize, like, his name, his handle on Facebook. It's weird. It's very weird. But I say all that to say, like, for me, it's just about being organic. It's just about me being myself. That's not going to change. I'm not here for a coin. I don't make these videos for that. I mean, I know how to get a coin. I definitely know how to do that. And I'm going to say this before I end this video. For you guys who want to give me unsolicited advice on how to get a bunch of views. Yo, I know how to make money. I've made a lot of money. I've said this before. I've made money from people online. People I don't know have given me their money, right? As a writer, as an author, and aspiring filmmaker, which I have scripts that I've written, yes, I understand that there's a time and place to package a product to sell to the masses, right? But even in doing so, I'm not going to compromise the integrity of that product, whether it be a book, a script, whatever it is, right? Documentary. Like, my voice will still shine through. And I went to this screening yesterday at the Lincoln Center, a really powerful film called Frida. And even more powerful was the writer-director who made the film. She spoke after the film in a Q&A. And boy, did she deliver. And I felt like I could have, like, recorded it, the Q&A, because her energy, that's my energy. Yo, you talking about revolutionary? That is my energy. She was born in Haiti. And in so many words, basically. I mean, she said a lot last night, but in so many words, right? She was just sharing her journey to making this film called Frida. And how she was not willing to compromise. And the producer, a white man, they wanted her to change some things in her film, her script. And she like, right? Kept it true to form. She was not moved by dangling bells and whistles. You know? I like that. I love her energy. And she spoke unapologetically because her film is kind of political in nature. And she spoke just from her heart, you know? And it's funny because she talked about the American dream. And when she said the American dream, she looked at me. I was sitting smack dead in the middle of the auditorium. She looked straight ahead. And I felt it. Like I just felt that connection. But she was like, I don't know. Is American dream, is it real? Is it not? She's like, I don't know because I wasn't born here, right? And she was like, but it's crazy how a lot of people lose their lives just trying to fucking come here to achieve the American dream. I got the joke though. A lot of things she said was hysterical, yo. She just kept it real. And that's definitely me. So yeah, my time will be coming when I go ahead and release my story, my experience thus far on this earth plane in the form of my autobiography to the world. It's called American Dreamer. And it's definitely going to stay true to form, but yeah, that motivated me. So I had to just share that. Like, yes, there will be a time when I package my story. But it's still going to be my story, untouched, you know. Yes, it will, you know, go through edits and things like that. And even my documentary. Yeah, I feel like there's a time and place for that. So yes, I understand the importance of, you know, some things you may have to cut out, you know, in terms of making a film similar to videos that you guys have in mind. But I don't see myself making videos in that way here on this platform. If I do, it's going to be like a documentary, right? It's going to be like that type. But for me to get on here and I do my lives, like, no, you're not going to see, I'm all raw, uncut. You're not going to see me posting edited videos that are shrunk down to 10 minutes or 5, like, no. I'll save that for the people who devote their lives to that, but that's just not my interest. So I guess you guys can keep your advice. That's all I can say. You can keep your unsolicited, unwelcome advice because it's not needed, you know. But there are, like, let me say this, there are YouTubers or aspiring, you know, vloggers or whatever you want to call it, people who just want to become famous and grow their channel through that way. So you might want to, like, offer them that advice that you're giving to me, but for me, it's not about that. And I've met, like, thanks to social media, I've met a lot of people. I built a whole organization off of just through social media. And I've made money through social, like, I know how to do this, right? Because I've done it and I've taught other people how to do it. I've made money from teaching other people how to build platforms, right? I know how to become, what do you call it, when they kind of hide your posts. I know how to do that. I know the right things to say to do that. Like, who doesn't? I feel like it goes without saying. It's not rocket science. Or the blacklisted or whatever. I know how all that shit works. So, for me, I can care less. But I think it's interesting, though, because at work, they sent out this email to the psychologist in our department. And I guess it was, like, across across the hospital. They got this thing talking about, oh, we need you to fill out other employment form. And I asked my team, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, why are y'all up in your girl business like that? Why do you want to be in people's business like that? And they were saying, like, their assumptions on why they asked for employees to fill that out. Because they said, oh, well, if you have, like, there are other employees who have, who work where I work, but they also work other places. And they don't want their work at other places to interfere. Like, it's bullshit. Like, what kind of place, like, who does that? Why would they want you to fill out a form to tell them what other places you getting money from? I'm like, that's very controlling. I'm like, first of all, I'm not employed anywhere else. But if I was, y'all motherfuckers wouldn't know. You're not privy to that. That's my personal business. I just think that's very interesting. This is the state. I'm just like, listen, that's my business. And if y'all, they really want to know, they know how to find out if a motherfucker is getting checks from somewhere else. But that's not a form, that's none of y'all business. It's not a form that I'm going to fill out. But, yeah, I shared my piece. I mean, you guys can feel free to leave your comments. I know I said this at the end of every video, right? Like, leave your comments. Some of y'all really do leave your comments, right? You leave your perspective. And for the most part, I accept your perspectives, I guess. But then some of y'all shit is just not going to stick on my fucking channel. And I end up deleting it. Because you're disrespectful or you're inconsiderate. And I've said this before. If you are disrespectful or inconsiderate to my perspective, why should I give a fuck about yours? Point blank period. That's just how it goes over here in this domain. But, yo, I'm excited about these upcoming films that I'm going to check out. So, right now here in New York, they have the African Film Festival. And I think this might be my first one that I've attended, or I'm attending here in New York. I actually used to attend the Pan-African Film Festival in LA. But it's interesting how New York calls it the African Film Festival. And then LA calls it the Pan-African. The difference is that Pan-African obviously means global. Pan, global, right? Worldwide. But it's not limited to African, like native to Africa films, right? It includes like all films from, like, various films from, people across the African diaspora. Whereas here in New York, African Film Festival that's just what it says, right? It's films that are native, indigenous to like Africa or made in Africa. Though the one that I went to yesterday, Frida, that was made in Haiti. But, I mean, Haitians are still Africans too, so. But I looked on the list. I don't think I see any films made necessarily by African Americans in the festival. So, I might be wrong, but from what I see, because a good portion of the films are like in a different language, or they have like English subtitles. So, and that's how the film I saw yesterday was in Creole, which the filmmaker said she did intentionally. And I'm like, okay. Okay, and she said her reason why, kind of goes without saying, to stand up against this colonization. It's like every fucking African civilization has been colonized. Which one hasn't? It's kind of fucked up. On that note, I'm going to end this video. Feel free to share your comments if you feel confident to. If not, then I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one. I am going to come back though. I have a few videos in queue that I'm going to make this weekend. One of which I think it's going to be like a live yoga session. I may do it here in my place. I may do it out in nature in the park. She'll see. I gotta see what the weather is going to be like. I heard it's going to rain, and I heard we're going to get like a blood moon on Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. It could be a good thing as I see it. Imagine doing yoga under the moon. Imagine that outside, dark under the moon. That's new shit right there. And then I have a few other videos I'm gonna make. Some surprises I'll show you guys this weekend, but it only gets better. Catch you guys later.